What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. I hope each one of you is having a blessed day, and this is actually the first video in a short series I'm gonna do documenting the Minicut that I'm currently running. So I'm gonna start this video out by just giving some general overview on the Minicut, how it works for me, my calories, my cardio, what the goal is, etc., etc. If you don't care about that kind of stuff, no hard feelings. Skip to later in the video. I'm going to try to break this video up. I know now with YouTube, you can designate certain sections of the video for certain topics, so I'm going to try to do that. So just make sure, skip to that. But for those of you who are curious on how I'm running this Minicut and all the details, I want to go over that with you guys. Hopefully it just takes me a few minutes. So to give you a little bit of backstory or context, if it sounds like I'm not all there, it's because I'm not. My calories have been slashed. I went from 3,000 to 2,000. It's really aggressive, but I'm going to tell you why that's the case. So back in November of 2024, I wrapped up a contest prep, competed in a men's physique show, and coming out of that, entered a gaining phase pretty much immediately. And I am now, at this point, 6 months into that gaining phase. I've put on 25 to 27 pounds, which is definitely on the upper end. And I want to run this gaining phase until early 2026, and then I'll diet down for another competition. I really want to take an extended, very intentional off season to make the improvements I need to make in order to place better than I had placed. I really want to come in and be competitive, bring up my weak points, and do well. So I am being very intentional with this off season, more intentional than I've been pretty much in any off season except the one right before my prep. I think that one I was really intentional with. But with that, I didn't want to push the entire year straight without doing some form of cleanup phase. So I'm 6 months in, and I've put on a good amount of weight. I'm on the upper end of body fat percentage I want to be at, and I need to clean it up before I continue to push. So that's the point of this Minicut. Strip as much fat off in the least amount of time possible so that I can jump right back into this gaining phase, because when you're in a deficit, you're not growing. And so if I'm trying to make these improvements, I want to be in this deficit for the shortest amount of time possible. So right now, the goal is to go 5 or 6 weeks. Kind of depends on how I'm looking as I get to the end of it. I might go 6, I might go 5. For my own mental sake, I hope I only have to go 5, but I am trying to prep myself to go 6 if need be. So I am, well, to start out, this is my 5th day right now. So I'm still on week 1, and I started at 176, 177-ish pounds. I'm currently 173. Now, a good chunk of that weight loss is just from losing water, because my carbs are down from, at their peak, they were like 350, 400-ish during my bulk, you could say. And then when I slashed my calories, protein went up, fats, I want to keep those in a decent spot for hormone's sake, and then carbs just made up the remainder. So my carbs right now are as low as they were like week 12 to 13 of my contest prep. So that's one thing about Minicuts. They are 0 to 100, and I don't think they are great for everybody, but for the goals I have right now, for what I needed to do, it's the best thing for me. So definitely testing my willpower and my mental capacity already, being week 1, just because it's so aggressive. At least with a contest prep, yes, it's triple the length, but you get to ease into things. You're not just like bam straight into the hard stuff. Anyways, the goal is to get down 10 to 15 pounds. I'd love to get towards the higher end of that. We'll just have to see how it goes. My body is definitely fighting me at this point, just because I've slashed my calories. So I'm actually at the gym right now, about to hit this push workout, and I'm trying to keep strength as high as I can. So I'm trying not to lose strength during this Minicut, try to maintain as much muscle as possible, and then come out of these 6 weeks, start to slowly add in calories, push for another 6 months. I'm gonna try to keep conditioning in a decent spot, so whenever it is time to contest prep, I don't have to lose 30 pounds or anything crazy like that. So that's where we're at. That's the goal. I'm gonna run you guys through a workout It's, like I said, a push day. Might do some posing after if the posing room is open, even though the lighting isn't the best, so you guys can just see how I'm looking. I'm pretty flat considering my carbs are pretty low, but we're gonna see what damage we can do. I'm gonna start mentally prepping myself, give myself a couple minutes, and then we're gonna get after it. Hope you guys again are having a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of the video. Heading in right now. It is a beautiful day. It's been doom and gloom the past like 4 days here in Ohio, so grateful for this weather. But I just realized I had my nose strip on that entire time. I guess I'm considered an optimal bro now, but I've been wearing them so much they're making like a red mark on my nose, so I gotta cut those out, not wear them as frequently, but they help out a ton. And I just realized I didn't talk about cardio. So I was at like 5-ish thousand steps. I'm gonna get out of the car while I'm talking. I was at 5-ish thousand steps before starting this Minicut, and I bumped them up to 10,000. So doubling them and trying to be intentional with those, keep them, you know, moderate in intensity, not super challenging, but also not like super easy. So finding a middle ground for my steps right now, working good so far. Rate of loss is good, so hopefully I don't have to go up. One thing I am wrestling with this first week on the Minicut in particular is setting base numbers. Like, I'm trying to work off of the numbers that I had last week and not lose any strength. But I've also realized that, you know, my carbohydrates are slashed to 25, maybe 30% of what they were. And so my energy levels just aren't where they were last week. So I'm like, well, do I set new base numbers and then run them for the next 5 weeks of the Minicut and use those numbers, or do I use the numbers whenever I was properly fueled? It's just kind of tricky. So I'm gonna go for it, try to match what I did last week, moving a little slower. So gonna get myself mentally prepped. The goal, or what I hit last week, was 8 at this weight. Yes. Okay. All right. Set 1 done. We matched, which is awesome. Very happy with that considering how I was feeling this morning. Set 2, I'm gonna try to go for it. I hit 3 plates plus 30 pounds each side for 10 last week. And judging by how that last time went, I wanted to bump it just a hair. So we're gonna go 3 plates plus 37.5. Not a big jump at all. And try to hit that for 8 to 10. So we'll see if we can match reps. That would be ideal. Ain't no way, bro.
Yeah, I went through it. You'll be done before too long. You'll be gone.
on before I finish describing. I just got to the part where what's the bad guy? He's on his company. The bad guy that shares the body. No, that shares the body. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a rundown on the posing so you can see the physique. I feel like death right now, but we finished it. We got the work in, pretty much matched everything. So happy with that lift, but let's see how the physique's looking 5 days into this mini cut. Okay, just got done posing, and this room, it's great. I love having a room that I can pose in, utilize the mirrors, but it's not the best lighting wise. There's natural light right there, and then this light up top is always bugging. So not the greatest look on camera, but I am very happy with how things are coming together, considering I'm only 5 days into this mini cut. So gonna keep our foot on the gas for hopefully 5 more weeks and come out in a good spot and then go back into a gaining phase. So excited for that. I might record some stuff later in the day for the rest of this video to finish it out. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope that you learned a thing or two regarding like mini cuts and all that. And I look forward to giving y'all an update week 2. Peace.